Hey guys, I'm Coach Rob, and I wanted to take a moment and explain to you the background of true adrenal fatigue. It's a subject that's getting a lot of press nowadays, and I want you to understand what it is, what causes it, and give you some suggestions on how we can get out from underneath it. First and foremost, I think you need to understand that your body is not capable of filing different levels of stress. When you think about stress, it could come from lack of good food or good amounts of food. It could come from not getting enough water. It could also be from what we would consider life-related stress, relationships, financial, and then in the context of this website, the stress associated with exercise. You can literally exercise too much, too hard, or too long, and that could be perceived by your body as a stress, even though you're trying to do it for your good health. Now, what would be some signs associated with adrenal fatigue? If you have one or more of these symptoms, you're probably at some level of adrenal fatigue. First one would always be the inability to sleep even though you're tired. The second one would be enduring night sweats while you sleep. The third one would be loss of libido. And the fourth one would be craving of simple sugars. Now, in today's day and age, we usually have an excuse for each one of those conditions. If you supposedly can't sleep at night, you're a big, heavy thinker. If you're craving simple sugars, you just lack discipline or you have a sweet tooth. If you've lost your libido, it's because of your age. If you're having night sweats through the night, you're hormonal at some level. Well, it's not that that may not have some level and merit to it, but I think we put too much emphasis on it and then almost cop an attitude like there's nothing we can do about it, and that's not the case. That is not the case at all. So with that in mind, now that you understand what it is, what causes it, and signs associated with it, and if you answered yes to one or more of those situations, I want you to think about what you can do to fix it. As you're looking at this screen right now, on the right-hand side of the page, it gives you a breakdown of all kinds of snacks and menus that you need to start with. Those are low glycemic meals and snacks. They're very high in high-quality fat, especially the essential fatty acids. Okay? Once you're doing everything on the right side of the page, eating good foods, eating low glycemic foods, and you're eating consistently, what you're going to realize is that that is going to be the foundation for any of the work that you do on the supplementation side. On the subject of supplementation, you'll notice that this formula that we have is called the Adrenal Support. Okay? The reason why we recommend this supplementation in conjunction with good real food is because one of the problems that we run into in our both general health category as well as the performance category is we tend to burn things up as fast as we bring them in. Another problem that we have is that the food quality that we have, the way it's processed and cultivated in the fields, doesn't always yield the highest quality. So even though you're eating a lot of quantity, if the quality is not there, you're going to be a little bit behind the eight ball. This particular formula gives you some additional micronutrients to help support your system from the inside out. For example, this adrenal support formula has ingredients in it that helps increase the production of red blood cells. Okay? Don't get hung up on the big terminology. The more blood cells you have, the more oxygen your body is going to receive because you carry oxygen in the blood. Okay? The other thing that I want you to think about is the ingredients that are in this are designed to offset high cortisol levels. Cortisol is a result of stress. If you do any research on cortisol, you'll see that that's tied in at a hormonal level. The quickest example I could give you, if you almost get into a car wreck and you get that flush feeling afterwards, that's actually cortisol being flushed into your system. Unfortunately, cortisol is a fat magnet. So the ingredients in this adrenal support will give you the things that your body needs to interact with real raw foods and then be able to help you address the negative side effects of adrenal fatigue. So I highly recommend that you stay on the adrenal support on a regular basis. If you have any questions about this product, like always, don't be afraid to email us. You can just hit the contact tab at the top of the page, and that'll give you all my contact information for both myself and our staff. So I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions, again, please email us. We'll be happy to answer your questions.